Hey guys, I'm Dennis. Welcome back to my channel, Guy with a Plant. In today's episode, I'm going to repot and give these mystery cuttings, which I've actually propagated as stem cuttings, and it has now grown into this pot of large, beautiful, silvery plants. Right, the reason why I'm saying that this stem cuttings propagations is a mystery is because if you look at the leaves of this almost fully grown plants, they are actually silvery blue, and it looks pretty much like this Epipremnum pinnatum Cebu blue. I have a pot of that plant and it looks exactly like this, but strangely I've never propagated that plant via stem cuttings, so I'm quite puzzled as to what are these cuttings. So initially, when they are much smaller, I thought they were propagations of synapses, either the silver hero or the silver cloud, because I distinctively remember putting them in the stem cuttings into these Ziploc bags in sphagnum moss, and so I thought, yeah, they are synapses. But as they grow much bigger, and looking at the form of the growth as well, and the leaves for sure, they really look like a Cebu blue. So I've totally no idea. Okay, let me show you the pot of Cebu blue that I have, and you'll know why I am really puzzled. Is the Cebu blue. Don't you think they look exactly the same? Look at the leaves. If you compare them, yeah, side by side. So at this point, I'm sure most of you will say that it is a Cebu blue. But I'm very sure that I've never propagated Cebu blue from stem cuttings. I'm very sure this is actually a pot of stem cuttings that I took out from the Ziploc bag. I'm not sure whether I have photos of that or videos of that, but if I have, I'll put it right up here. So this is the original Cebu blue, the real one. So I let this Cebu blue trail, and I like it this way, in this form. It's really nice, and the leaves will remain juvenile because it's a climber and it needs to climb up to give you that big fenestrated leaves. So going back to these mysterious stem cuttings. Okay, the fire alarm has gone off. So if you look closely, there are some really small leaf ones over here, but there are two particularly bigger ones, this vine and this one. You can see there are arrow roots coming out. So what I want to do is to remove these two bigger vines and give it a pull and let it climb and see if the leaves will mature into those fenestrated ones of the Cebu blue. Then I can confirm that this is a Cebu blue because the leaves of a synapses plant doesn't fenestrate. Alright, so this is going to be kind of an experiment, and also to confirm the idea of this beautiful plant. Yeah, look at this leaf. This must be a Cebu blue, right? Make it stranger, I have this another pot of stem cuttings, which I am very certain is that of synapses, because I have a video on that. Yeah, I transfer all these cuttings out from propagation box into this smaller cup. And I saw the leaves before. There was a bigger leaf of this, but that died off, and that was a synapses for sure. And if you look at the smaller ones, these are really round. Yeah, but there's this one that's starting to grow like a Cebu blue again. So I am I'm totally puzzled. There's a new growth. Maybe it's just this one because the rest are rounder. But if I refer to my previous video, this was a synapses propagation for sure. Sometimes I think plants behave in such a weird way and they grow in such a weird way. Okay, let me move the actual Cebu blue away. They're growing so nicely, I hate to disturb them. But yeah, for the sake of finding out the ID, I do need to conduct this experiment. So let's get these cuttings out of the pot. I'm just going to use a small spoon to loosen the potting medium. As you can see, the roots are actually growing out of this pot, so it's also time to repot them. I think I'm going to break these roots. Okay, now Just managed to save the roots. Let's have a closer look. So it's really amazing that these plants are all pure stem cuttings. It's really nice to propagate plants. I really love it. So these are the smaller ones, which I'm going to pot them right back into this original pot. So let me untangle the roots first. Really love the smell of the potting medium. Okay, let me separate all the smaller ones. Okay, let me show you the two bigger vines. Yeah, this one, which as you can see has a very good, nice root system. And there's this really chunky root coming out from here, and some more aerial roots above. And as you can see, it started with smaller leaves like this, and this one, and then subsequently yeah, it threw up much bigger leaves. So this is really nice. And the other one as well, this is I think even much bigger. The roots here, and some aerial roots here. Again, started off with smaller leaves, this one, and then subsequently the bigger ones. You can already see the form this way, the structure of the plant. So, you know, if I put a pole here, it'll be just nice. The aerial roots can actually latch on to the pole. So yeah, I'm going to pot up these two, or rather give them a repot with a pole. And as for the smaller ones, I have about 4 smaller ones here. These two are slightly bigger. These two have much bigger root ball. So I'm going to recycle the potting medium. This is an aeroid mix with really loose pieces of bark and perlite, and I put in some sphagnum moss to retain moisture. I'm going to try to bury them a little bit deeper to cover the aerial roots. I actually have a video on the propagation of the actual Cebu blue, and if you watch the video, you can see that I didn't take any stem cuttings at all. I'll put the video link in the description box. Okay, so I've repotted the smaller ones back into the original pot. In case if you're wondering why is my plant shelf so bare, it's because I've moved most of my plants into my bathroom where it gets consistent light throughout the day. That's because I was on a holiday and my blinds will be down most of the time. And as you can see, I do not use any grow lights, so that's why this is looking so bare. So I digress. Let's go back to the repotting. So I'm going to use this moss pole support, which I made it myself with this mesh and this acrylic bag. And I'm going to put some sphagnum moss in there, some moist sphagnum moss. And I'm going to use this net pot, which I'm going to put this in like that. Just nice. I'm able to actually extend this moss pole if I want to. I'm giving them a wider moss pole because there are 2 plants and I hope they will fill up this area. And I'm going to use this mesh at the base of this pot because the drainage holes are huge. Okay, I'm going to put some potting medium in first. Okay, let's put in some sphagnum moss. I've already wet this, but I've squeezed out all the excess water. This is not full, but I guess it's okay. So as the plants grow, you can actually just top up the sphagnum moss. Going to add more of the potting mix. Okay, I'm going to put the plants in whatever they are. The roots are going to make sure they are properly covered. Also that the aerial roots are touching the moss. You know what? I think it'd be easier if I tie them to the pole first and then I add the potting medium. I want to make sure that the aerial roots are on the pole. Let me tie this. Oh, it's really hard to maneuver the strings, so I'm just going to use this sticky tape to put them in place first. Okay, the next one. You know, at this point, I really wish I have some bobby pins that I can just pin them into the moss. So I'll keep that in mind for the next session. Alright, it's finally tipped up. It's really makeshift, but I think I just want the roots to attach themselves to the moss, and I can actually remove the tape subsequently. Yeah, the tape is just to give it a little bit of support. Just going to top out the potting medium. Make sure I don't cover the smaller leaves. Alright, so these mystery cuttings of Synapses / Cebu blue are potted up and repotted up and also given a moss pole. So hopefully the mystery will be solved if I get fenestrations on these leaves. So I know they are definitely Cebu blue, which I do not understand why, because I didn't get any stem cuttings from Cebu blue. Yeah, I know I've been a broken record saying that, but yeah, hopefully I'll solve the mystery. So I got to give this some water and make sure this is hydrated, because this is in a very loose potting medium, as well as this airy net pot. Original one, the smaller cuttings are repotted back. I'm sure this will sprout out more vines as well. This needs a water, but I'm really excited about this one. So if you guys want to be updated on the progress, remember to subscribe to my channel. Doesn't cost you a cent. And also hit the notification bell. Meanwhile, I'll see you again in my next video with more planty contents. So take care, be safe, and remember to show your plants some love.